feel like one of the main reasons people give up intermittent fasting when they try is because they don't clean fast from the start. And I know it seems really extreme and like problematic to people when you say, no, you can't have anything to eat at all, especially in the society that we live in, which is just so food centered. Like you wake up, you eat, you energy drink, you have protein shakes, like you're constantly ingesting calories because it keeps the metabolism up, which is a huge lie. But it is really important for fasting. And I just want to say, like in a non-scientific way, the scientific reasons why it is. I'm not a scientist. I went to fashion school. Like I have no business talking about this, but I mean, I have read a billion books and papers, and I've been in a ton of groups and listened to a ton of podcasts. So I feel like I do kind of know what I'm talking about on this subject. The first thing is the reason you can't have anything sweet at all, including stevia, including Diet Dr. Pepper. Yes, it's all 0 calories, but it's not about calories. It's about your insulin. So if your mouth tastes something sweet, it tells your brain, oh, sugar's coming in. So your pancreas or whatever it is releases insulin, which drops your blood sugar. And then your body's like, wait, there's no sugar coming in. What's happening? So it responds with extreme hunger and like, shaky feelings and, oh gosh, I need to eat right now. The other thing that having insulin in your body all day doesn't allow your body to access the fat stores that are in there. So Jason Fung has a really good video on this. It's called like the garage fridge and the fridge in your kitchen. Basically, if your insulin is high, it's completely blocking your body's ability to get inside fat cells and use that fat for fuel. It has to use glucose. So it's going to cry out and scream and beg for you to eat some sugar so it can have some glucose, because it doesn't have any other way to like fuel the brain. I mean, obviously it does, but it's going to ask you for more. This is what people are talking about when they're talking about ketosis. It's impossible to get into ketosis if you have insulin running through your blood all the time. Maybe not impossible, but it's a lot harder. And when you're in ketosis, your body is literally using your own fat for fuel, and it's fueling your brain so effectively, way more effectively than glucose will. Your body also makes its own glucose from what's stored in your liver. Your liver stores glycogen, and the reason that a lot of people don't lose weight very quickly with intermittent fasting in the beginning is they have huge glycogen stores. So even if they are clean fasting and they're, just drinking the black coffee, the black tea, plain water, no flavor, no sweetener, they might still have so much glycogen stored in their liver that every day their body is still using glucose to fuel. And the only way to get past that is to just wait. And each day it'll go down a little bit more, as long as you stay consistent. Eventually your glycogen stores will go away. Some people, it could take months. Like it really depends on the person. It depends on how you're eating in your window. So if you have a super sugary, high carb meal every day, which, if that's how you want to eat, go for it. It doesn't make me feel good, but that's something you kind of learn on your own, what makes you feel good. Then you're probably going to take longer to get through those glycogen stores, but you will eventually get through them. But it's a lot easier if you do stick to lower carb and just healthy, real food in your eating windows. Another thing people do, especially in the United States, I don't know if this is common in other countries, but we are constantly drinking something. Waking up in the morning, having a super creamy coffee, energy drink, protein shake. I mean, that's how I used to be. I used to get up at 6 a.m. and ingest food, the drink. Something was constantly going in my mouth and down my throat, like all day at work, having lattes, having snacks, maybe the calories weren't that high all day, but they were still in my face all day. I was spiking my insulin. So even though my calories may have not been super high, my insulin was high all day, and I was not able to access any of the body fat on my body. And my body was just screaming out for more glucose. And it was such a roller coaster. I feel like I was always starving. Like I would hang out with my mom, who is the kind of person who eats like one small salad, and for 4 hours she's like, oh, I couldn't imagine eating another thing. I was never like that. I was always like, when's lunch, when's dinner, like how much longer can we get snacks, like. But now that I'm not on that blood sugar roller coaster, I don't have that at all anymore. It's just so freeing and amazing.